Ma never na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Anami anu din komo fa the Republic versus Bernadette Chubosi akochama Wontumi. The case in Womaya cancel womon file addresses new lawyer abe take over. Who can say ebeyo nwanwa pa say any new lawyer in the person of Attachia Esquire. I can say or file application media kwakoto court on the 29th. Now what you say court bet me a movie motion na mana. And now movie motion no Emma Attorney General so ye file affidavit in opposition, which was deposed to by the principal state attorney. Now I'm a prempe. Now wamubobo no court no say. Why sir the lead counsel for the defendant no abeka sa wa man 2 weeks on fan file an address na on fam 13 on or before 13th of July 20th obema judgment the course of court ye were precedents were and say the court was clement with the accused. Say the city about
the court was what?
Clement, just what was immobo the accused no more say lead counsel no abafu from one man leave of time to file address.
Yes, so that is what we call the court. So there is no precedent. Man who precedent they are. But the court works on fairness, justice and fairness.
Okay.
And then in looking at justice, the court says that justice must not only be done, but it must be manifestly be seen to have been done. So I think that is that principle that animated the court in this instance. Sir, Wontumi up the lawyer, and I'm the lawyer. I withdraw it from Wontumi. Attorney General affidavit in opposition. One must say he resigned voluntarily, not for a court. Okay. It's a one and one point in the answer. So and also a jaya. Why do you give the new lead counsel another chance to file addresses? And now the source of address is what pay free registry. No, now as I said, call free. Counsel now no one now take over. No, counsel now resigning. Anaya Pamno. The counsel is no longer in the case, and that is Apia Kubi. No longer in the case. So Apia Kubi, no Oba court is coming to plead for an extension of time. Then the court will say, well, the amount opportunity, where abuse opportunity, and the end, yes, to extend them up. But this is a new lawyer. So the court was balancing the requirement of justice with the requirement of fairness. So, yeah or no conduct a case, no. But officer or address the court, no. So what will the court do? In this particular case, the court exercising its discretion, the judge exercising its discretion in extending the time for the delivery of the judgment and giving the new counsel, defense counsel, attached here 2 weeks after he's gotten the record of proceedings. The SC will court to file the written submission to aid the court in delivering a judgment that will be fair and just. And so, it beat my mind that the counsel for the defense in the case of Apia Kubi or decided to withdraw from the case at a critical juncture of this particular case. That is at the point where it is not his client, but he himself who has to address the court on the question of law and of fact. But he decided to withdraw from the case. And so
So I think that balancing fairness and the court was right to exercising its discretion underlined to extend the case for judgment to the 20th, and thereby giving the new counsel an opportunity to address him on the question of the facts that were adduced in the case and of the law to guide him in delivering a judgment that is fair and just.
I counsel Mammy Musawi, sir, or file address in the other address in a pioneer law. No, ya not debeni womb, and what and of what effect and the benya our judgment and be a judge at the Bebanoso.
Uga said in my first interaction with you, Kwame, the culture would say it is not a requirement of law in criminal jurisprudence.
It's not a requirement of law.
There, the judge must wait for the decision or for the written submission of the accused or the defense counsel in this case. But it's a practice where the judge will want the defense counsel and the prosecution to address the court on the requirement or on the facts of the case and the law in their view, which should be applied. And that's why in the first interaction, Mekashia was said the judge could proceed after giving the defense attorney a reasonable time to address it, to bring in a judgment or read his judgment in the case. But it's a court, and it's a court of justice. And so the judge in this case decided that it would delay his judgment and give the defense attorney some time to look at the facts as he sees it in the proceedings and to address the court on the question of law, whether or not the ingredients of the offense that Wontumi has been charged have been proven in court or not.
You counsel my men want to be and say Sagalang say young Crofo tree. Sabi and question won't be all over the land will be a year be a year say a commerce obi single out. No, the no one could not court a smacks of witch hunting. Your thoughts on that, any say?
Oh, which in the case, it predates the coming into office of this current government. You can say, when this Samurai boy case came up, money in the forest reserve, who can say the minister for lands and natural resources said, actual letter, Emma company said they had no permit to mine in the forest reserve. Okay. Good. That was the beginning of the case. Wontumi's problem, started here during that time. And so there is evidence that a minister of state acting on the authority of the office are written to Wontumi to say that you are engaged in an illegality. And see, what set the stage for the prosecution of Wontumi in Matthew in that letter that was written by Samuel Abdullah Jinapur. So let's look at it from that basis. As for offense, never be created. But when they get the offender, then there is no hiding place. So it's yes, I agree. So I can say but if they get the offender, they will stand trial. And we must start from somewhere.
Council medal asiano paper. Ensuna eto mo hodie ana.
Oh me ti bi pono so. Kwabenya bi pono so on the every route e ho na me ti. To be honest with you, even though I sympathize and empathize with the victims, media ndura entionu toro na me wo entionu mpo exercise.
There's you live in one of the highest habitable points in Ghana.
Yes. So I didn't see Manhu water. I only saw it on social media, any TV too. But Manhu into area because until the bar it ran it down. Air coordinate in the moon. So in that area, Manhu. So it was only when I watched TV and went onto social media, went onto my phone, then I saw the disaster and the damage that the New to exercise while it is raining, to show you that it was not that serious at in that range because now people want to talk.
Alaji mamina wasiano pay.
And that.
Pa Alaji Inusah Fuseini, honorable former MP for Tamale Central. Alaji, yes, I'm not come for so Minister Payne. Dear SCA, won't say a road no in Sota now flooded. If we say a drainage system no, one more quantity di baby, ye ma one specifics and say okay, Hano. Esa mo yes storm drain en fanfa no na ade enu nti na ma ne basa ebi nso da bi wo mo nje nyina correct ne ya na emu asisi ena ema no ebasa ebi si da bi yesi edan ewo waterways mu na aba roads mu na a wash road da bi edi sika mpempem aye ekọ sabra na ye minister no sabie we no ebi to na muhunu ne se eye problem be efiri hin.
Oh, three things that would hello.
Yeah, like Baja was yearning come up.
I never said that we mention in a couple. They are all interrelated. So
the Baja was so meet you, Pa.
The construction of drains, storm drains, the human attitude, and future. That time when the Nipa MP omo rubbish, omo waste, and a good tune say, including Franco. Wherever including the choir, the third thing is that climate change and Qatar is posing new challenges. Every day, if you are here, you can't predict when the rains will come and its intensity. Echo. So, I think the FCCI is a combination of many things. And yet, one particular cause, so, a performance say, what is required now is mitigation and adaptation. Mitigation and adaptation. What are the mitigation? Remedies. Because of the climate change situation now, it's your time, ever probably, when it's running, it will find its course. I did ever see the coin, ever find out. So people must avoid putting their buildings in waterways. Because whereas the rains used to come and come gently, we can have flash floods. Flash floods is a phenomenon of climate change. And the flash floods will to carry things away. So don't put your building in a waterway. Two, the human conduct is what is most disturbing. Say, you ever see a wura at the Gugatum? The storm drain are supposed to be free. so that it's not too far, echo, and it ends in the sea. But a blocker, until tour, the water will run. If it comes to an area where it is blocked, the water will still run. But this time it will run into our home. It's a important thing. The MMGC pay particular attention to storm drains in the rainy season. So differently, devoted resources and different drains, and policy drains, and making sure that the inhabitants of the area where the drains are situated, via rubbish and to drains, because that is one of the causes. 3, the Ministry of Roads and Highways, the water contractor, we must be able to model the extent, the volumes of water, the air back, and what kind of storm drains can contain the water. So these are the mitigation methods. We have to adapt. And how do we adapt? Again, there are certain things that we should not do. There are certain things that we should avoid completely. When rain is coming, make sure that if you are on low ground, you move to high ground. There must be open spaces in different, but they are parks and gardens. Meaning what has happened to their parks. They were supposed to be open space so that until if people are in danger, they can move to the open spaces which are high ground, so that until they return to their homes. And so we must remodel, rethink how we adapt to this climate change situation.
Papa ni pebi busan se me fa ne se ye ball asem ne ade no wa ye waste ball anum ne ade se ye ni pebi a wonom eba be fa companies dia municipal assemblies na ye order say okay ye ball na ye no containers mu fancy wo ye ba be fa at a fee na sa de ne ma se nipa na ne ya ne so hu se nsuo to a de ba begum e ho no te say.
Oh yes, so it's one. I agree with you. So the idea only responsible for waste disposal. The waste disposal unit is a very, very important unit of the district assembly, because they generate waste. And we are not living in mega cities. Waste disposal is concerned not only Ghana, but even in the United States of America and most developed countries. So our assemblies must develop a report mechanism for dealing with waste. In fact, let me a member of the European Union, Africa, Caribbean and Pacific regions Joint Parliamentary Assembly, meeting every quarter in Brussels, some the Parliament. The British representatives in one of such places, Emma paper, sir, because of the level of waste that is generated, we must not think of waste as a resource and see how we can treat the waste for beneficial use. You see, it just goes to show that waste is a matter of concern not only for Ghana but for other countries as well. And now the thinking is, because we can't deal with the waste, we should find a way of utilizing the waste. So probably the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and the local government can partner to see how we introduce innovative ways of dealing with the waste. I understand they are going to commission a new waste plant. And the area the waste planting over the people there are already raising concern. So waste is a problem, and then we must find a way to deal with the waste. But in the if the assembly cannot collect waste on time, the people will find a way to dispose the waste. And when they dispose the waste in a way that is not authorized, and yes, it creates problems for all of us as a people.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.